The prince was talking with Pearl in the woods? Seems a bit strange, doesn't it? What were they talking about? Oh, some posh problems of the rich folk, too much free time, bad for the head. Our future His Royal Highness kept on whining about wenches of all things, how they're all empty-headed or boring to talk to. The prince was discussing women. That he was. Barely kingly of him, if you ask me, and foolish too. Who cares if the bird's dumb or dull? That's not what I want from my wenches. Yes, wonderful. Now get back to the subject, please. What did they speak of? The captain said something about rules, but I didn't hear the part with the head still spinning in the water, shimmering so loud. Don't know what they meant, but the prince was mighty happy and said something about the ball, grand ball. He got some idea in his royally empty head of his. Heard it's 'cause of them crowns. Very bad for the head. Anyways, there was a new idea that he liked. The grand ball? Does sound familiar. That's an excuse they made up so the king and the princes can pick their wenches like vegetables in the market. Only regular folk don't crown the cucumbers they bought as queens, at least not often. So it's a tradition. Yeah, that. They always use that fancy name of something that doesn't make any sense anymore. So what was the prince's new idea? It was about masks, making all the lassies wear them. You mean a masked ball? Masquerade? Ah, didn't know the rich birds are so horrid. I didn't think it was because of that. Do you really say why the mask is so important to him? It had something to do with the elders, the families, lots of lords and ladies wanting to trade their daughters, and only one prince. Too much competition, bad for business and tempers. So he's trying to dodge accusations of being biased. Clever. I knew that. Don't know what's wrong with seeing a nice face, though. What if the bird's got a pimple right between her eyes? Won't notice nothing with masks and such, unless he wants to ogle their curves. Oh, bet on the nest side. Nobles, my auntie told me stories. Gossip really about the shenanigans going on between them and nobles in the palace. Stuff that made a confessor blush. Alright, I get the picture. A masked ball, you say. Makes a lot of sense, actually. Prince can pretend he's choosing his bride, but judging her more subtle qualities. There's no way of any of the houses accusing him of favoring one over the other. Who knows, maybe he isn't really pretending. Perhaps having a choice is what he really wants. Devilishly clever, love. Glad you got the smarts to see through all that. Save me time having to explain it all to you. Well, for the noble birds and all, they all have a chance, no matter how pimply or horrid. Maybe think most of them are pretty lassies. No, not you. The other wenches. I mean sisters. Your lovely sisters. Figured the old lady would pay with kingly gold for a woman like that. That's all there is to it. Satisfied, love? My dear friend, this isn't even half the story I want to hear. You better get to the more juicy stuff right now. It's all there is to it. I swear my auntie's pimples. Focus on the connection with Camosa. It's all fine and beautiful when you told me. There's so many things missing, my friend. Like, why is it important for Camosa that the ball be a masquerade? What puzzles me even more is how come you knew it would be interesting for her in the first place? You would have to know her pretty well to figure that. There's something to do with your past, doesn't it? You've been working for her quite some time, haven't you? Fine, there's one thing, a wee detail, really nothing. Wait, so I got distracted by an achievement I got. Fine, there is one thing, a wee detail, really nothing. Really nothing? I knew this rumor would be worth a lot for the lady, you know? I know her, I know what she likes. So you did work for her before. What did you do? You might have given her a hand earlier, with a ball of love, so she could get in. How? Goose and her ducklings weren't exactly invited. The lady asked me to help them. Help them how? Oh, let's just say it required a bit of quality craftsmanship. You mean you forged invitations for them? Me? Surely I didn't. My talent's knowing folks with talents on their own. Got the invitations from a friend. Reckon the old lady a bit dim if she thought nobody knows she got in with fake papers. But hey, who is me? Humble person to doubt a noble lady in her ways of spending money. And that's how you learned how important the ball was for her. So when you heard about the masquerade, you told her about that as well. As you said, you could get into the ball with the fake papers, but she would risk getting recognized. Not so much if it's a masked ball, and that's why this information was worth so much to her. Ah, see? It's only a wee job, a nil. Only natural this bloke forgot all about it, eh? So this means that she could actually be in deep trouble. Incredible. Can also order a forgery. I guess this could be my chance. Oi, lassie, you even listening? Can I go now? I can handle only so many stressful events in one day, you realize? This could be my leverage. What? Oh, yes, you can do what you wish. You already helped me a lot. Oh, Camosa, your secrets really are your greatest weakness. So, all in all, he's really good at evading uncomfortable questions. I have to give him that. So he managed to procure forged invitations of good enough quality to fool the guards at the royal castle? This is surprising. Is it? I assume he simply knows the right people, like you said. Oh, of that I am sure, especially now. He never gave me any reason to think about him as anything more than just a vagabond, crook, an altogether shady character. Perhaps there is more to him than just the ridiculous hat. I'll tell my men to look into that. Shouldn't you be looking into Kamosa's case? Instead, she's involved in forgery, after all, and her motives remain unclear. As for this man's hat, I think it looks adorable, all things considered. It would seem that when it comes to placing the town and hats, we don't see eye to eye. You cannot start an inquiry targeting a noble family on the bias of heresy. Nope, that's not heresy. That's hearsay. Those are two different things. For all we know, we can't trust that man's testimony. And if it's true, what then? Then you need to follow the letter of the law and file an official accusation, which would involve proof of some sort. Since you're of noble blood yourself, you will weigh enough against hers. It would be regarded as a noble's dispute and given a priority in the court. Swift justice only for the highborn. She'd be in prison. Forgery is not a very serious offense, and again, forgery is a serious offense. What are you talking about? Because it's one thing to forge an invitation, but forgery can lead to forgery of money or important documents that allow you to get money and could mess with the economy. Forgery was a capital offense in Britain for the longest time for that exact reason. You could be executed for it. What are you talking about? It's not a serious offense. Oh, jeez. Oh, water's good. Forgery is not a very serious offense. And again, she's of noble blood, so it would be considered of even less significance. That was another reason why it was considered very serious. Was because it was a noble crime. Because it was the noble and the rich that were mainly forging money. Imagine that. Oh, okay, whatever. So it would be considered of even less significance. Nope, opposite direction. However, depending on the strength of the proof, she would be arrested and put into prison for some time, yes. I doubt the sentence would be anything more than symbolic. Too severe a punishment would surely cause an uproar among the houses, but symbolic might be just enough to destroy her reputation. Indeed, hypocrisy is a value among the old houses, if there is something they value more than their freedom to misbehave. It is the freedom to punish one of their own for doing it badly. Lady Kamosa's reputation would die during her first night behind bars. It would probably never recover. I see. What of the house and my sisters? What would happen to them with their lady gone? I reckon that one of the sisters would have to take her place and become the head of the house, although Kamosa's infamy would surely cast a shadow over that girl as well. Cinders, listen to me. I think I know where this is going. You're obviously thinking of using this against your stepmother. Well, what if I am? I admit that the thought has crossed my mind. Do you think it's a bad idea? If you're asking the captain of the Royal Guards, then no, I don't. As the prince's subject, you should report information like this to someone like me, such as the letter of the law. However, law isn't everything. You should also use your own reason to make your own decisions. For example, consider the fact that your man might be lying. And also consider this, no matter what the crime, an accusation of a noble is always serious and can have serious consequences. Are you sure you want this for Kamosa? I know it does sound serious. Her whole life would be basically ruined by this. I do need to think this over. Maybe I'll have a walk. It usually helps me to see things with a clear mind. Anyway, thank you for listening to me, and thanks for your advice. So it's obvious that Tobias is the one who did this, right? Is that just me? It was obvious, it was very clear when we were in Tobias' shop that he was an artist, and he was doing something for us. He probably forged the documents for him, and I think that dude was his, in-between person. So, yeah. I don't have high hopes on Tobias being on the good side. It's astonishing what a simple walk can do to one's spirit. If I'm going to miss the freedom to do something, then above all else, it's going to be the freedom to wander about wherever I please. When I walk with no specific goal, no destination, I can just switch off and observe my thoughts jumping into the little drawers. With each step, I can feel my muscles relaxing. And strolling through the market has its moments too. I saw the most gorgeous shoes. Not that I can even ever afford them. They were crazily expensive. I get that they were imported from the eastern lands, but at the price they should be made of diamonds and dragon skin. Who buys something like that? I mean, I know I would if I could, but that's besides the point, right? Forget about it. No reason to dwell on such things. I still haven't decided what to do with my newly gained free knowledge. Everything about this business screams I should use that as leverage, but I don't know how. Not yet. At least it gives me some space, some secure distance from Formosa, knowing that I know about one of her precious secrets. It's getting late. I should be heading back home. Time to say goodbye to freedom. Hello there, Cinders. I did not expect to see you around town at this time. You're still wondering about what that man said, do you? Wait, what? You are still wondering about what that man said, do you? Okay. Yes, I took a long walk, and while helping me clear my head, I'm still not sure what to do. Can't say I know exactly how you feel, but my experience tells me you shouldn't push it. These things take time. I'm beginning to think the same. What are you doing here, Captain? I was just about to begin my evening patrol. Although, with this kind of weather, you should compare it going for a walk. Can I go too? Sounds lovely indeed. Would you mind if I accompany you? Hope it isn't too dangerous. Dangerous? Hardly. But are you sure? You said you've just spent the afternoon walking about and the patrol route is quite long. Don't worry about me. I'm stronger than I look. Besides, this is my last day of freedom. I'd rather make it last as long as possible. The Big Red, Lady Camosa, is coming back home tomorrow. I see. Now I understand the long face. Very well then, you may come with me. But be warned, I will not change or shorten the rope if you are tired. May not be the most demeaning duty there is for a soldier, but it is a duty still. Oh, don't worry. I can be very militant, and if there's a need for it. Some of my witty riposte and well-aimed grimaces could be classified as weaponry. Ha! I had no idea you're such a menace. I can only hope I won't end up arresting you for possession of lethal irony. And... Oh, I'm ashamed to say I failed miserably at this attempt at being a guard. What do you mean? Something wrong? My feet are killing me, and I thought I had a chance at this line of work. You have walked almost the whole route already. Seems a fine patrolling job to me. Town is safe, calm, nothing happened on your watch. Isn't that what? Isn't that what matters? Does anything dangerous ever happen on these trains? Because if so, I must admit I'm disappointed with our walk and its unfulfilled potential for adventure. Well, no. It's almost always uneventful. Then I really feel like I have accomplished something today. But if these patrols don't change anything, why do you do them? I did not say they changed nothing, Cinders. Maybe it's because of them that the town is peaceful. Maybe something will happen and the town is going to need me to be here. Good point. Like that kidnapping the other day. It's good you were around. Yes, but whatever happens, or does not happen, these patrols are my duty, Cinders. Written generations ago to keep this town in order. That is what I will do. Does your duty make every choice for you? It even dictates how you spend your evenings. One might think you have no clue what to do when duties are done. I did make one choice, to become a guard. I do accept my duties as they are a consequence of who I am. You don't seem to accept the concepts of duty in general, though. It's fine. I can understand. From what you have told me about your house and its rules, you're bound to dislike your duties. Isn't that almost by definition? Duty is something you have to do, not want to do, not chosen. How can you like an obligation like that? That is how it is for you, as Formosa took over your house in life. For me, it's different. I've chosen and accepted my duties, or maybe chosen to accept them. I see the purpose of my duties, and I'm glad I can contribute to them. If I can have a pleasant walk every evening as a means to uphold order in this town, is it really that bad? When it pours or snows, the pleasure must be doubled. Okay, you got me there. Well, the town does look better when all the dirt and those clashing colors are covered by snow, or at least smudged by the rain in your eyes. So you honestly like protecting this sleepy, dirty town? Distinctly remember you saying that you missed the times of battles. Where do your patrols fit into that? Do whatever is necessary. Times demand, I walk the town. That is what I will do. But yes, I do prefer the thrill of battle and times when heroism had its use. I can't figure you out, Captain. One minute you stop to show me a magnificent view of the evening mist over the lake that unfolds from the palace stairs. A minute later you admit killing is more preferable to you than such an evening stroll. I do prefer battle, but I certainly do not say I prefer it over this evening stroll in particular. But I certainly did not say I preferred it over this evening stroll in particular. Thank you. So are you a warrior or a poet? Or a killer poet, maybe? Oh, I would be an awful poet, I assure you. In fact, you might be right. A poet you would probably kill. So you're not even gonna try? Oh, come on. Roses are red, violets are blue. Ugh, you break the law, then I'll kill you. As you can see, not a poet, but then again, what do you think think killing and poetry exclude each other? That's child's way of thinking. I've seen cruel crooks that wrote delicate poetry. Not all warriors are mindless brutes. You're right. I'm sorry. That's okay. please understand. I do not enjoy killing. What makes me feel good is a sense of proficiency at something, being useful. I see the value of freedom, but the notion of having a purpose is what works for me and makes me happy. It's nice to see someone content with where they are and what they do. Maybe the fact that I enjoy breaking the rules is caused by the fact that I myself am not. Ah, but I broke a rule by inviting you to go on patrol with me. I did enjoy it very much. I'm glad. If I offended you by questioning your way of life, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude or noisy. That's been your entire relationship, guys. By no means. There aren't many people I can talk to about such things. And how can you think things through if you don't let them be questioned? So thank you. I was a bit skeptical before about patrolling together. I regret we can't do that more often. Friendly. I don't like being seductive in games. Friendly. I'm glad. I might not be the master of my own time or most is around, but you are. At least when your duties allow it. We might not be able to stroll like this anytime soon, but if you'd like to talk, you are welcome to drop by any time. Camosta is bad, but I don't think she's rude enough to ask you to leave. Or does she have the nerve? So if you like, do come and visit. It's really nice of you. I might just do that. I find talking to you very interesting and refreshing. Hope you won't mind me saying this. You are much more mature than your age should permit. Thank you. On a different note, I noticed something today. When you and Madame Gahid spoke earlier, you seemed quite familiar with each other. I owe her my life. Such an experience does bring people closer and creates a bond. Maybe for life even. Really? What happened? Sounds like an interesting story behind it. I was just doing my duty. Led a small group against brigands terrorizing the forest. Got separated while chasing their escaping leader. Got him eventually, but he managed to wound me. I lost consciousness there, in the middle of nowhere. Madame Gahid was out searching for herbs when she found me. You could have bled to death. Yes, Madame Gahid took me to her hideout and nursed me back to health. I'll always be grateful for that. Sounds almost like a fairy tale. All that is missing is a romance and they lived happily ever after ending. Well, at least part of that did happen, but it was no fairy tale, so we did not live happily ever after. This was a real story of bloodstain and pain, and... Wait, you are actually with Madame Gahid, the wise and mysterious one, romantically involved with the ominous witch of the woods? I'm sorry if I have spoiled the story and the characters for you, but I'm not a dark and brooding knight, Madame Gahid is not an earthly being. We were just human. I know, I'm sorry for stereotyping again. It's just so hard to imagine Madame Gahid in love. I don't think it was love. We're both lonely and fate brought us together. Companionship might be a better word for it. Sorry if that offends you. No, I guess I have never thought about Madame Gahid as someone that could be lonely, or with any other human weakness for that matter. She appears to be so strong. She is strong, and a good woman, so it would be a shame to see prejudiced wind drive her away from yet another town. What you said surprised me, really. Seeing just one side of her seems unfair as well. Us to you seem alike in so many ways. Because you can never miss while comparing a woman to your former lover? I'm sorry, told you I'm no poet. Don't mention it. I actually do admire Madame Gahid quite a bit, and I guess now I can see her in a different light. Both of you. A bit less mystery and a little more reality. Just the way it is, I'm sorry. You're right, and I'm the one who is sorry. I did not mean to offend you. You apologized like 5 times in the last couple minutes. You didn't. Now if you excuse me, I have to go to the palace. A reporting duties call. Thank you for accompanying me. You're one of the most interesting, beautiful girls I've ever met. Can we see each other again and talk? Yeah? Thank you. I have enjoyed this walk immensely, too. I'll try to arrange it so we can meet again, as difficult as it may prove. Oh, I believe you can accomplish anything if you want to. Thank you. Thanks for the confidence. I look forward to meeting you again, then. Anyways, if you decide to do something about what that vagabond said today, or even if you just want to discuss your options further, do come and find me. Thank you very much, Captain. I will. I really need to go. Goodbye, Cinders. Have a nice night. You too, Captain. Good night. Okay, I need to end here. I meant to end like 20 minutes ago. Actually, let's see if there was any flowers. When we do this. Okay. Oh! For discovering Camosta's forgery, you're awarded the Candle of Wisdom. Oh, so it's when I get notifications. Okay, that's cool. So, yeah, that's a good place to end it. So, I want to thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!